The new version of Denari is called Denari 2, and it's coming in two phases. Phase 1 changes the layout and cosmetics with some functional changes and lays the groundwork for Phase 2. Phase 2 will be coming in the next few months and will focus more on functional changes. The goal for Phase 1 is to make Denari a little more user-friendly and provide a basis to build on. Let's take a look at some of the changes, and we'll start with just some of the general ones. First, the old tab pages from Denari are, for the most part, located over here in the left sidebar menu. The Message Center, which is where you'll receive tech support replies, is located in the top button bar and will show how many messages are located there and then display the messages when you have some there. The Inbox button is located to the left, and it works just like the old inbox. The plus sign is a shortcut to quick action items like creating new fund codes, appeal codes, jurisdictions, etc. You can also create a new name, a new batch, a pledge from here, and etc. There is a universal name search field here at the top. You can, for example, type in the name of a person and find all data related to that person. The results will include names, gifts, pledges, etc., anything with that name. The gear icon opens an administrative type window. Many of the things that are administrative in nature can be found here. And so you can, if you remember that some of these things were spread out among some of the various pages, but they've been gathered into one page. The Help menu is located at the right here, and you'll find a support link there. That's how you'll reach tech support. You'll also find a help link here, which will take you to a list of available training videos. All reports have been gathered together into one page found in the sidebar menu rather than spread out in the various tabs as in the old Denari version. Segmenters can be found by clicking on that reports link and then query tools from the section or the menu section here on the left. Quick and favorite reports are found on the reports page, again by clicking quick reports. And something just for fun, you have several color themes to choose from. For that, you can go to the gear icon and then click on Change Theme here on the right. Select the color you want and then click on Change Theme. And the themes are user oriented. So in other words, one user in your organization could use the red theme while another user could be using the blue theme. The e-correspondence tab has been renamed to email, and you'll find everything related to email here. The report builder link is a link to the old Izenda report writer. Izenda, you may remember, is a place where you can run standard reports, but also have custom reports done by you by our Denari staff, and with some training, even give you the ability to create your own custom reports. The Gifts and Pledges tab have been combined into one overview page, and the Contacts page has been renamed to CRM. And you'll find that obviously over here in the left sidebar menu as well. The Correspond page stands for correspondence and contains all of the statement type functions like receipts, pledge statements, etc. You'll find the statements that you would send to donors on this page. And then the home page, which we started out with, as you probably noticed, now shows a set of fundraising graphs as well as the old company stats section on the right. Now let's discuss the search pages or overview pages. They've all changed in both style and function. An example of a search page can be found by clicking the names link on the left and then name list management. At the top, you'll find a universal search field that relates to that category. So if you're on the names page, you can type anything related to a name and the search will return any name record that with that reference somewhere in the record. So for example, if I type a last name and hit enter, I'll see all the name records with that last name anywhere in that record. It could be in the jurisdiction field, for example, as well as many other options. Or I could type two names here, a first and a last, hit enter, and now I'll get all the records in the data with both the first and the last name. You could type a street, a city, a zip code, a jurisdiction, anything to find any name records with those values in them. If you want to go back to the old search method, click the advanced link here at the left, and it works the same as it did in the older version of Denari. To save space, the results of your search are listed in rows with limited information. If you need to see more, click the plus sign on the left here to expand that name record search results. To select the record, click anywhere in the main row for that record. If your search returns a long list of records, you can reorder the list by selecting one of the options in the order field here. More records can be shown on the page by simply scrolling down, and this section here does show more than the old Denari did. And of course you still have the first, previous, next, and last buttons at the bottom of the page to be able to scroll to the next page if that's needed. So now let's look at a name page. The order and organization of some fields have changed to be more logical, with the most used fields near the top of the page. The other pages and power bar links are now found on the right side of the page for easier access. The save, lookup, and undo, etc. buttons are now on the right side of the button bar at the top. And there's now a quick actions section in the right navigation menu for easier access to important tasks. And you'll find this on other pages as well, and the contents of this will change as the type of page changes. Now let's move to a gifts page. The gift batch page has changed to be similar to the name page. In other words, it shows you a list of batches with limited information. So you can click the plus sign to see more information about that batch. And then to open that batch, simply click on the row. The batch screen here itself is very similar to old Denari, with the big change being the location of buttons and reports. You'll find the close batch, gift entry, and receipt buttons in the quick actions section here on the right, along with the credit card and EFT related reports below. The short and long report links are still here in the center of the page. The gift page itself is very similar, so let's go look at a gift. The order of the fields here has changed a little bit to make the flow a little more logical, and the page is a little cleaner. Also, you'll notice the buttons on the right in the Quick Actions section. You also may notice here that the credit card layout has changed. Some significant changes have been made to the credit card process here that will make it easier to run a credit card for a one-time gift. I haven't covered all of the changes here, but I've covered the big ones, and we'll have to tell you that there is a learning curve here to be sure. But you should find that after spending a little time in Denari 2, it will be fairly easy to navigate, and you do have the training videos if you need them. If you have any questions, you can contact tech support through the help button at the top of the page.